This juicy chicken casserole starts with something simple. We take a 20 by 20 pan and brush the bottom with olive oil using a pastry brush. Let's set the pan aside for now. We cut the onion in half and slice it into beautiful half rings. We lay them in our oiled pan as the first layer, gently separating them with our hands. The onion will give the casserole gentle sweetness and juiciness. We cut the potatoes into medium-sized cubes. This way they'll cook evenly and hold their shape. We cut each potato lengthwise into several pieces, then turn them into neat cubes. We work methodically, taking our time. The quality of our cutting affects the texture of the finished dish. Now, let's carefully transfer our prepared potato cubes right into the baking dish, scattering them over the aromatic onions. Take your time and gently spread them out with your hands so they sit perfectly even. The potatoes make up our ideal second layer, creating a beautifully dense and incredibly hearty base for the casserole that will soak up all those delicious flavors. We season with a pinch of salt and freshly ground pepper. The potatoes will get rich flavor right at this stage. We drizzle the potatoes with olive oil and set the pan aside. We move on to the chicken breasts. We take the fillet to our cutting board and make a neat lengthwise cut. We slice the chicken first into long strips, then turn them into even, medium-sized cubes. This way the meat will cook evenly and be tender in every piece. Now, all the cut fillet goes right onto the potatoes in our pan. We gather every piece from the board so nothing goes to waste. The chicken will lie in an even layer over the potatoes. The chicken is in place. Time to add brightness and aroma. A pinch of salt evenly across the entire surface. Next comes freshly ground pepper. It'll give a subtle bite and enhance the meat's flavor. Now, 2 teaspoons of sweet paprika. This is what will color our casserole that appetizing golden shade and add a light smokiness. We gently mix by hand so each piece is evenly coated with spices. We distribute the chicken in an even layer and set the pan aside. Next step, we prepare the creamy base for our casserole. We crack 2 eggs into a clean bowl. We add a pinch of nutmeg. This spice will give the dish special tenderness and warm aroma. We whisk thoroughly until smooth. Look how the egg mixture becomes lighter and airier with each movement of the whisk. Now let's add the cream. It's going to give our sauce a beautiful velvety texture. Pour it in slowly in a thin stream and grab your whisk again. The trick is to combine everything gradually so we get a perfectly smooth, golden mixture without any lumps. We move to the most important step. We carefully pour our aromatic mixture into the pan, making sure it evenly covers all the layers. Now, we gently distribute it with a silicone spatula between the chicken pieces and potatoes. This way, every ingredient will be infused with creamy flavor. We put the pan in the oven, preheated to 180 degrees for 1 hour. After an hour, we take out the casserole. It's almost ready. For the finishing touch, we take a large tomato and slice it into neat rounds. They'll become the bright accent of our dish. We lay each slice right on the surface of the ready casserole, creating a beautiful pattern. The juicy tomatoes won't just decorate the dish, but will add freshness to every bite. The contrast with the tender, creamy base turns out simply magnificent. Plus, we'll need mozzarella, 150 grams of this tender cheese. We grate it on the large holes of a grater, getting fluffy shreds. Mozzarella melts evenly and gives that very golden crust that makes the casserole appetizing. We generously cover the entire surface with grated cheese. We don't skimp on the mozzarella. It'll become the main decoration of our dish. We distribute evenly, so every piece of casserole gets its portion of tender cheese. We return the pan to the oven for another 15 minutes. Done. We carefully take out our aromatic casserole. See how beautifully the cheese melted, forming a golden crust, and the tomatoes became even juicier. The layers of potatoes and chicken are infused with creamy sauce, creating an incredibly appetizing appearance. We place the pan on our work surface and let it cool slightly. Time to serve. We carefully cut our golden casserole into individual pieces. The layers don't fall apart, but remain clearly distinct. Potatoes, chicken, cheese. It's most convenient to make square or rectangular portions. We take a clean plate. With a wide spatula, we carefully lift the first piece and gently transfer it to the plate. Ready. All that's left is to garnish the dish with fresh herbs. First, we pick the leaves from the dill sprigs, only the most tender parts. Then we do the same with the parsley. We gather all the herbs in a bunch and finally chop them with a sharp knife. The thinner, the better they'll pair with the tender casserole. With careful movements, we chop both the dill and parsley, achieving uniform fine cuts. We gather the aromatic herbs in one pile. And we sprinkle the portion with fresh herbs. Look what beauty we've created. Golden crust of melted mozzarella, tender layers of potatoes, and juicy chicken. A real family dinner is ready. Every piece is infused with aromatic, creamy sauce, and the fresh herbs add brightness and summery mood to this hearty dish.